Hello. Well, we're going to have an intermission at the beginning of this video, and it's just to cover our legal ramifications, and that is going to be a disclaimer that will appear on the screen, and I'm just going to read the disclaimer. The views and opinions expressed in this video are my own, which are not directed at a specific entity or party, and do not reflect the views or opinions of any affiliates, corporations, employers, institutions, or organizations. Now that we have that out the way, let's get into the video. Okay, and here's the final one. This is the WGU, and it is the Western Governor University. And on this one, this is my version of the Western Governor University tracker. And you'll see here, Western Governor, they have, they're all pretty much the same. And I decided to go ahead and show you how Western Governor has study.com. And I didn't put the ones that I didn't need. So you see here, they have physical sciences, which is very odd. I had a like environmental science for my undergrad bachelor's of business. So I said it transferred. I didn't have to worry about it. Applied algebra, they would take my business math that I had, so I didn't have to worry about it. So a lot of them is, hey, I didn't have to worry about it. But the ones that I did, which is, you see how initially, like I said, on my previous video for Chamberlain and West Coast University, study.com, I did a comparison with study.com and Sophia Learning, and Western Governor was the reason why I did pay for study.com initially. And I saw how study.com was a lot more complex again. Okay, so you can see here study.com's version of Intro to Sociology. You can see here the syllabus and what was required. We have quizzes, we have assignments, a final exam. So we have 300 points and you must make 210 points to get a 70. And obviously we want to do good, right? So we can pass and we can get accepted. So I see I have a final, and on study.com, that final is always proctored. And I have a quiz and I have an exam. I have a quiz and a assignment. And then it breaks down how many attempts you have on the quiz and then the final, and it says quizzes. So I'm not sure how many at this point, just looking at the syllabus. And then I saw this assignment, and looks like it's a critical thinking skills, and this assignment looks like I have to turn it in. So it's a rubric. So that tells me, okay, I'm gonna have to do a writing assignment. So I'm like, whoa, that's what the sociology. And remember, I actually took this. So I know that this sociology course took me 5 hours. I'm going to say this again, 5 hours to complete. However, because I had 2 touchstones, meaning I had 2 written assignments like essays, I had to turn them in and get them graded. So the course overall, so these 12 challenges were pretty much like mini quizzes, and these 4 milestones were like 4 chapter or like unit quizzes, and they were not proctored, and it literally took me 6 hours to get this sociology course completed. So when you compare apples to apples, you're going to go with Sophia Learning. Let's just be real. And these 2 touchstones, again, you submit them, and I would say for sociology, I received responses within 24 hours for 1 touchstone. And the other one, I think it took like 48 hours or something. So I was able to complete this class literally in 2 days because of the 2 touchstones, 2 different, periods in the course, was able to get it done. Obviously, again, it took me 5 hours to get it done. So after 2 hours, I submitted the first touchstone. 3 hours later, I submitted the second touchstone. Okay, just to give you an example of those 2. So, so this was mine. Again, this was my WCU. So those were the 2 courses I had to worry about when it came to study.com. I did go ahead and go with Westcott, UMass. And so that would have taken care of my sciences. And then as you can see here, they will not allow you to transfer in these courses, which is pretty much critical thinking, right? Well, that was kind of like a no deal for me because I could transfer in for both Chamberlain and West Coast critical thinking, but you cannot transfer critical thinking into WGU. You can't transfer in pharmacology, intro to nursing, or nutrition. So those things were standard with Chamberlain and West Coast. So that's that. So you see the difference with mine. And if I go ahead and show you Josh, which is where I got this concept from. This is his course mapping. And again, he's real big with study.com. He, promoted, he has this discount, and I can definitely attach his discount since I don't have a relationship with study.com as of yet. So if you do want to pursue Western Governor University, he has this, his tracker that specifically gives you every course for study.com, including including their pathophysiology, micro, anatomy 1 and 2, all completed by study.com with WGU. And if you need any of the other things, he has the code here. And he also, this is a new mapping. I noticed, his initial, from early on, like a year ago or 2 years ago when I first found him, he had at least had Straighter Line and Sophia Learning. I do have that on mine. So I'm going to have a link of my version, so you can have the Straighter Line if you do decide to pursue WGU. I'll have my Straighter Line and Sophia Learning. So hit the back button. You'll see his video, which I will link in the description if you want to see all the hacks. Like I said, him and his community, they're really big on, if you go this route, breaking down which instructors, how long it would take for you to complete study.com, or which is better, study or Sophia Learning, on these particular courses. So wanted to make sure I got that out to you. One thing I wanted to make sure I showed you guys, and ladies, was that on WGU, the great thing about WGU is they actually have a partner website. So I know right now it says I'm at their RN to BSN, but the beauty part of this is it actually just shows, even though it says RN to BSN, it actually shows their partnership. So you could come here and go and look at the partners. So you can come here and just look at who are their partners, and just here's that Sawyer I was telling you about, Sophia Learning, Straighter Line, and study.com. But there's others. You can come on here at Concord, all these other partnerships that they have. But let's just go to Sophia Learning, because I was telling you about that. And you can actually go specifically to the health, and then go to the available ACE. And then it just breaks it down from here. So that's the beauty part of WGU. You can literally just go and see what specific class do WGU take in per their curriculum. There's that patho, but it actually specifies what's not transferable. So they won't transfer in what I had on there: critical thinking, medical dosage. So that is the beauty part of WGU. If we go back and we want to look at study.com, oh, don't hit the back button. I hate that. If we want to go back and just do partners, and take the long route, study.com. And now we can see study.com and specify. Remember, I was like, okay, I don't know if mine was updated, but it actually have the specific course per their curriculum. And but as I stated, going to Joshua, and then when you go to Josh, website, you'll see all the affiliates, influencers, and these individuals, they may not have a lot of like the anatomy and physiology and the micro, but when it comes to these courses up here, integrated physical science, they have a lot. They have recommended courses. They're going to have recommended courses for applied algebra. You see, you have choices here for the sociology, and then these. So from all of these all the way up, those guys and ladies, they actually have details of which courses you should take. So just wanted to give a deep dive on this, because I was highly impressed on WGU really breaking this down. And it makes sense, because their program is self-paced and self-directed. And so they want to partner with other programs that are self-directed, just to make sure your choices are clear. Or if you're okay, like I said, if BSN is your last course, and or if other creators have actually did WGU and they are now in CRNA school, for an example, which school accepted their WGU, being that their GPA, they graduated with a 3.0 because it was considered they passed. And so which schools allow them to further on and get a master's and actually have a graduate level provider certification. And so just saying, do that extra research now, so you won't regret it later if you do go this path, because this path is pretty good. How to get this going, I will get this uploaded to the blog here. I will link all of these references in the description below. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out, comment below, comment on the blog, anything. I'm here to help. Until the next one, be blessed, stay safe, and we speak again.